Good evening, dear teacher. My name is Santiago Pina, and for this video, I'm going to analyze my lesson plan number 9. The theme on my lesson plan on my class is school news and writing a news report. The TEFL objectives are we will be able to read large texts by analyzing their contents, identify the parts of our report, infer. The students are going to infer having read and understood the text, and finally students are will be able to write the report correctly. The methodology and strategies that I'm using here on my lesson plan are the grammar translation method, the audiolingual method, and the direct method. The strategies that I choose to use on my class are the text transcription, individual work, written exercise. I'm going to begin with the anticipatory set. The class begins with a small activity in order to awaken the interest of the students towards the subject of study. The teacher makes a brief explanation on what is going to be done. We are going to participate in a game called Hangman, where they will have to guess the word according to the number of the hyphens and letters that make up the word. The words will be used from the vocabulary that we use in the class topic. In this game, I'm only going to use words that have to be with the topic of the class. In the main teaching input, the students are asked to use the dictionary to be able to develop the first activity in the book. Here I'm going to use the grammar translation because we are going to use the students are going to use the dictionary to develop this activity. They are explaining what this consists of. They should look in the dictionary for the meanings of certain words that they have on the right side of the page to be able to relate it or to their meaning unknowns. It's because here in the first section of the lesson 3 we have to do this activity. They are asked to read and analyze the text individually. So the text that follows is read where the teacher will randomly ask the students to help him with the reading of it, and at the same time he will identify words in pronunciation and the correct pronunciation of them, making the students to pronounce them correctly. I'm going to use here the audiolingual method because I have to correct the pronunciation and oral production of my students. They are asked to read and analyze the text individually again because their understanding of it will serve for the following exercise. If they if my students analyze the text that contains this activity, activity number 2, it will serve to future activities in the class. Having understood the information in the previous section, students must identify their pairs in the following activity. Again, based on their analysis and understanding the text, they should deduce the answers to activity 4, and it will be filled out with the help of the teacher. I'm going to realize the activity number 4 to my students to deduce the answers, putting S for students, P for principal, and C for counselor. Again, based on their analysis and understanding of the text, they should deduce the answers to activity 4, and it will be filled out with the help of the teacher. In the section number 5, they should analyze each signal word to match this with their functions. In the activity number 5, where we have to work with my students, scan the text for signal words and match them to their function. Uh, Helping each other and using the above information, the students should fill in the blank boxes, seeing that the signal words fit in the context of the sentences. Yes, in number 6, we have to complete with the signal words that we use on the activity number 5 to complete the activity number 6 according to the context of every sentences that we have here. Students are taught what refers to inferring for context, personal knowledge, and how the connectors between the information can be used. The students are explaining how to write a news report and are given soft sheets with these tips to follow in order to write it, which will be useful to future productions. Yes, I'm going to share with my students sheets with a lot of information that is helpful to my students can make a future exercise. Modeling. The teacher writes a list of connectors which are used mainly in English. I'm going to write on the blackboard a list of the more commonly used connectors in English. My students have to copy it on their notebooks. The students proceed to copy them because it will serve as guide to carry out a task on camp. They are taught the correct pronunciation and intonation of each of the words the teacher reads, and the students repeat while counting, correcting their pronunciation errors. I'm going to teach how to pronounce any of the connectors that I'm writing on the board, correcting the pronunciation errors on the students. While they practice to carry out their activity 7 in the book, students are asked to work individually. This work, students have to work alone and concentrating on what they are going to do. They should carry out a news story taking into account a particular situation on their school. To develop this activity, a time limit of 10 minutes is established in which students must work in silence in order. While I'm going to give help to my students if they require it, and monitor the activity. Independent practice. The teacher assigns each student a worksheet and is asked to read the sentence carefully. The questions on this sheet to be asked have to do with the use of connectors in sentences where the connectors should be located. Um, this activity have to be with the topic of the class. A time limit of 10 minutes is established to develop of the activity where they must work individually while the teacher monitors them. Should work on the work trying to fill all the lines that are found in the activity. Assessment. To measure the knowledge and learning achieved by students, the teacher asks them to make 5 examples of sentences in a sheet of paper in which they will make use of the connectors. We have to use the connectors to develop this activity in which I'm going to measure the knowledge on my students. For the development of this activity, students will be able to make use of the material with information that the teacher previously gave him. To develop this activity, the students can use all the information that I provide them and the information that they have on the book. Closing review and follow-up. A brief review is given to the contents reviewed in class. The teacher asks students to copy a task for their home in which they must carry out project 3, recalling the correct use of connectors, also making use of the vocabulary learning. The project consists on writing news following the suggestions in the writing section of the book because they have this, this project kit detailed here on the book. It is all for this lesson plan and thanks for watching.